Hey y'all, I'm back again and I got a reaction. I wasn't planning on doing a reaction video, but it just so happens that this um, YouTuber definitely got my reaction. Well, my attention. So let's see what he's talking about first, and then hey.
Past couple of days, I've been thinking about something that I don't think a lot of other people have thought about. I haven't seen very many people discuss this topic, so I'm gonna do it because that's what I do here on BASSFZz. Those of you who don't know how to pronounce my channel username, it's not BASSFZz or BASSFZz or BASSFZz. It's BASSFZz. Anyhow, I have now this all started with the Facebook post, okay? I saw it, and the Facebook post was, I can't remember exactly what it said, but I can remember the gist. And the gist was a single mother saying that if the guy that she's trying to date now does not accept the fact that her child is her number one priority, then they cannot be in a relationship together. And I remember reading that and thinking to myself, well, that shit would stand to reason. That seems that would be exactly how that thing would work. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought about the tone of the post and the tone of the people repeating the post and agreeing with this single mother on her sentiment. Because on the surface, even in a deeper, more complex level, this would stand to reason that you could not have a relationship with someone that doesn't accept your child or doesn't want to be a father to your kid. I get that. That makes total sense. You're not wrong. Except it's just the tone that kind of fucks with me. And I know I sound like a woman when I say this, when I talk about.
So you guys get what he's saying. He's saying that on Facebook, he read a post that a single mother had posted that I can't date a guy. A single mother posted, I cannot date a guy who doesn't understand that my child is my first priority. So he says, yeah, I get that. But at some point, he fell back for a little bit and he really thought about it, and he didn't like the tone of it. He didn't like the way the whole thing sounded. But okay, I watched this whole video, right? So he basically is going to say what got my attention. He's definitely entitled to his own opinion, and but in this video, it appears to me that he's off. He doesn't really get what the lady was saying in the post. He thinking the lady saying that if you watch this video, it goes on and on and on for 17 minutes, where he says that a single mother expects a man to come into her household and to take responsibility for the child. So he's saying that the lady posted about the single mothers. The single mother posted that if I date a man, he has to understand that my child is my first priority. So he took it like she was saying the guy has to understand that he has to come into my household and take responsibility for my child. Like, how? He said that's the tone that he's getting from this lady. I'm like, how you got that? Like, where you get that from? First of all, any right-minded, let's emphasize on that, any sane-minded, okay, I'm going to emphasize on that again, and any woman in her right mind, grown woman on her grown woman, is not trying to have no man coming into her house and telling her child and what to do, or telling her child um what that child, like rearing her child, like a man that I'm dating is not finna come in my household and tell my child how she need to be doing this and she need to be doing that. He pretty much is going in that direction where he's like, yeah, so single women, you know, they asking for too much. They asking for too much of a man to come around her and date her. Then he says then he says that if a single man that has no kids, that has no past marriages or, you know, children, if he dates a single woman, he feels that that guy is settling, because there is no reason. He's saying there's no reason for a single man with no children or no past no, or has no divorce or anything like that, needs to be with a woman that's single and that's a single mother. Like why would a single man be with a single mother? Like, he's saying that man is settling. So hey, you know, there's people that's different. There's different folks for different strokes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they saying. He's not. He's his own dude. You know what I'm saying? He got his own set of you know, thoughts on how people should live their life and how what people should expect. Like, us mothers, single mothers, should have low expectations. That's what he's saying. He's saying like, oh, you guys asking for too much. You know what I'm saying? You guys are going too hard. Like, so I'm gonna try to fast forward a little bit just to show a little bit more of what he's trying to say. Like bits and pieces.
I try to tell them, I don't know you, leave me alone, I have a dad. Like, they don't care about you. You wanna know how I know they won't care about you? I'll tell you exactly how I know that kid in no scenario is gonna, like, respect this random person their mom is dating. I'll tell you how I know. Because I was that kid, nigga. I didn't give a shit about who my mom was dating. He wasn't my dad. I don't care about that guy. I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's how.
Okay, and then I forgot to say one thing that I did agree with him on. He said, which I didn't think about, but he said it towards the end when he was ranting. But he said that a single man. Now this I did agree with him on, and it kind of struck me because I was like, you know, I never thought about that. He said a single woman, we don't think about stuff like that, but we don't. But he was right about that. He said that a single man that has no children and has never been married, if a single man gets with a single mother and the single man becomes attached to the child, or if he, you know, is around the child all the time, you know, eventually the guy is gonna be around the child. Like, be realistic. You know, we're not expecting you to do for our child, but we know that you're going to be around our child at times, right? So he's saying that if the single man is around a child, y'all dating for like 2 or 3 years, and like we're boyfriend and girlfriend for like 2 or 3 years, and then you're around my child all the time, and then you eventually, as a human being, you're gonna start, you know, talking and interacting with the child. So he was saying like, single mothers don't understand that single men shouldn't get involved with single mothers, because they're gonna get attached to the child, and when it's time for them to break up, he gonna be, well, that was my child too. Like, now I don't get to see this kid anymore. Like, I grew attached to this kid. Now this kid is out of my life. Like, my heart is broken. My feelings is hurt. Which I never thought of that before, but when he said it, I was like, oh, well, I could see that happening. But, you know, I just feel like you don't base a whole relationship off of that. But, I mean, it's like I said, different folks for different strokes. If you a dude and you willing to, and you can deal with that, and you don't have a soul, some people could deal with that. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get with a single father because I don't want to get attached to his kid. Like, I just can't do that. Like, I mean, maybe he can do that, but I can't do that. And maybe other people can't do that, but I'm not gonna do that. So
the way it should be. I'm not saying that this is the way I want it to be, or that that it's not bad, but I do think it's something that we should think about, and that is the perception that is a single man dating a single woman. Like, no matter what, wrong or right, like, that man is gonna look like he's taking an L. Like, the perception of that is, and maybe you shouldn't care about the perception or anything, but I do think that it is important to consider that it's gonna look like he has settled in life, or that he has accepted quite the raw deal. It's gonna look like the only woman that he could get, the only woman that he could date, is a woman that has been broken down by all the shitty men in her life. So he's not even her first choice. So much that he's not her first choice that now he has to raise a child of another man that the single mother herself usually besmirches and says is a bad guy. That's good. No matter what, that nigga is gonna look like he took an L, and that's a perception that I don't think a lot of single mothers have considered that you would be asking a man to take, to look like a fool. Because maybe he's not. He might not be a fool. He might genuinely just be like, you know what, man, I love this kid. I want to raise him. He might. But no matter what, just the perception of that is always going to make him look like an L. Again, I'm not talking about some guy that had kids of his own, got a divorce, and, dated another woman. I'm talking about a single man who didn't have anyone, couldn't find anyone to date, and he ends up with her. That's just gonna look like he's just desperate to have somebody, and it might be wrong, but that's what it looks like. And you're asking some guy to take that social perception in, and again, I think you're asking for a lot. Because there's enough.
Wow, guys, y'all gotta watch this video. Yes, watch this video. If you're a single mom and you give a shit about what he's saying, or you don't give a shit about what he's saying, but you just want to know what he's talking about. Because I don't think most men think like this. But maybe they do. You never know. Like, how the hell will we know? How the hell will we know? These dudes is thinking like this. So you think twice about who you dating out there. Because you could be dating him. He's not going to tell you that he took an L, that he's settling. He's not going to tell you that he a fool. But that's how he feels, though. You know what I'm saying? So listen, watch this video. I'm gonna put the stakes of dating a single mother. That's the title. The stakes of dating a single mother. Hey, interesting. So yeah, go check out this video, ladies. Check it out. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good evening. See you next time. Like, subscribe, and keep watching. So have a good one.